All right, welcome everybody to the 2023 school year and Noelani Elementary's open house. I am the proud principal here. My name is Brian Gusman. This is my 6th year here at Noelani. Overall 7th year, as I was 1 year, I was the vice principal here. Joining me is Stanford Togashi, PTA president. So together we're going to impart a bunch of information for everybody, just so everybody's up to date on what's going on. So the schedule for today is 5:45 to about 6:25 will be our presentation. After which everyone should be in the places that they should need to be. So that first session will run from 6:30 to about 6:50. If you don't have a need to go to another class, feel free to leave. There's no need to stay in for the second session. But the second session will run from 6:55 to 7:15. Actually, I have a note on there that I will be in the Idea Center. Unfortunately, we are shorthanded tonight, so I'm going to have to run the bell. So I will not be in the Idea Center tonight. I'll be in the office. But you can always email me if you have a question or something like that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Stanford, and he's going to talk about the PTA.
Thank you, Mr. Gusman. Okay, this is an actual PTA meeting, so I'm going to call the meeting to order at 5:46 p.m. Most of you have already heard about what the PTA does at Noelani. I can go on and on about what we do, but to save time, I'm just going to kind of run this like a regular meeting. So the new board members, as you can see, and you can refer to the email that Principal Gusman sent out if you missed any of the slides. But these are the current board members. I'm president this year. This is my 2nd year as president. And I'm happy to have Kristen Brummel, Catherine Pfeiffer, and Michelle Isa Ata as my fellow officers this year. And this slide covers the PTA. Again, we've gone over this. I think everyone here has seen this or knows about the PTA. If you don't, you can always contact me, president@noelanipta.org. And this goes over the membership. Same like last year, we're not going to be collecting dues if you register by tomorrow. And I'll have a QR code at the end of this. Actually, your teachers should be distributing flyers that were sent out by the PTA. And if you stopped by the shirt sale table in the front by the flagpole, they had the QR code there as well. So meeting minutes will be distributed later this week or next week. And they come out usually prior to the meeting, along with the meeting agenda and treasurer's report. But if you miss it, you can always refer to the Noelani website, Noelani PTA website. Let's go to the drop-down menu, get involved, PTA meeting info. It has the meeting minutes from as far back as that they were digitized. This is the current financial statement that Catherine put together for the month of August. So as of July 31st, the PTA has in the balance $259,521.86. Actually, it has gone up already from last month because our craft fair committee chair and her committee have been busy collecting funds for the upcoming craft fair. Again, how you can help. These are different ways that you can help. There's many ways to get involved with the PTA. You know, you can either contribute money, time, whatever you want, we will gladly accept. We can't do it all. And there's so many ideas and things that we'd like to get done, but there's only so much that we can do. So if you can spare time, we'd love to have you join one of the committees, be an officer, be even a board chair. Contact me if you have any questions. So these are some of the things going on. As you know, the PTA has a lot of things going on at this school. Some of the biggest expenses that the PTA has are the teacher positions that we help fund. And this year, we're happy to work with Noelani Elementary to present a morning care program, for those of you who would like to drop your child off and have them, be supervised from 7 in the morning. We're selling t-shirts again, and this year we have the same print as last year. We ordered quite a bit of these dry fit ones, and so if you have purchased them last year, you don't have to purchase a new one unless your child or you have grown or shrunken. We're working with Honolulu Theater for Youth. We're going to have some new programs this year. A couple of them are community service related. One of them is going to be a Genki Ball project. And I'm actually looking to try to organize a beach cleanup at some point. We're excited to present the first, I guess you could call it the inaugural group that is going to Japan to visit our sister school later this fall. And the Noelani PTA is helping to send 6 kids. We're not paying for the entire thing, but we're paying for a portion of some of the things that are going to be sent to Japan. But yeah, we're proud to work with Noelani Elementary to have 6 kids go up and learn about the Japanese culture. And these kids are working really hard. The teachers that are going up are going to be working really hard. And we're excited to see the products of this. And then next year, I believe the Japanese school will be sending some kids to Hawaii. For those of you who are new to Noelani, the 4th graders take a Big Island trip. The Noelani PTA helps to offset some of the cost of this trip. We have the graduation. And so, as you can see, the Noelani PTA gets involved in so many different things. And that's why we really need your support. The first event that's coming up, and again, you can look at your slides that were sent out, but it's going to be on Friday, October 27th. We call it Trunk or Treat, but this year it's going to be similar to last year where it's not going to be out in the parking lot. It's going to be, on tables. So we're looking forward to this exciting event. It was highly successful last year. We had, I think, over 40 tables. And we had a lot of candy, a lot of treats to pass out. So it was really heavily attended, and we're looking forward to another event. So information is going to be coming out about this. The next event that comes up right after, this is a big one, is the Noelani Craft Fair. And it's going to be Saturday, November 11th. If you want to participate, we would gladly welcome any sort of things you could donate. Time, again, is something that we really need. Our board is lucky to have Leanne, who was last year's craft fair chair, and she's going to be running it again. And if you have any questions or would like to volunteer, or just have anything that you want to share, you can email her at craftfair@noelanipta.org. So yeah, this is a big event. This is one of our big fundraisers, one of the big 3 fundraisers. And along the lines of this, we're hoping that one of our other efforts that we're collaborating with Eden in Love to create a Noelani bag, a Noelani themed bag. For those of you who don't know, Eden in Love is a nice little store and boutique that has partnered with various schools, organizations to create these bags and other paraphernalia that they sell. And we're hoping that we can get these things in time to be sold at the craft fair. Jogathon is going to be a Friday, February 9th. As many of you know who have been at Noelani, Jogathon is a very popular event for the kids. I'm so happy to see a lot of these kids wearing the Jogathon shirts, throughout the year, and it's just participating in ways to be healthy. Mayfair is set for Friday, May 3rd. So this is a Noelani only event. So this is something that you're going to want to mark down, take off, and be available to attend. It starts off with the school program in the morning, and the Noelani PTA runs a fair after, and it's going to be finished by 2 p.m. So, you want to make sure that you can spend time, if possible, with your child at this event. And right after that is the Staff Appreciation Week. This week is a really fun week. It's busy, I know, for a lot of people, but this is the time that we get to show the wonderful staff at Noelani, and not only teachers, but there's a lot of people that work hard to make this campus, work so well. And we want to show our appreciation to all of them. So this is a real big event for all of us. And this, again, is another opportunity for you to get involved. Actually, the chair of this event is also our vice president. So this is another opportunity if someone is very interested in shadowing Kristen Brummel. We've been fortunate to have her chair this event for many years now, but unfortunately her daughter is going to graduate this year and we're going to need a new chair for next year. So please, if you're interested, get in touch with us. And we have actually a lot of chair positions open. I'll go over those at our next meeting, but there's so many ways to get involved. And being a chair doesn't mean you're going to have to spend, every waking minute working on it. But, some of it is you can spend maybe an hour or two every month. And, it makes a huge difference though at the school. So we have monthly meetings, and this is our first one of the new school year. And they're always on the second Thursday of every month. Actually, I should update that. But it's always at 6 p.m. and it's online. It's via Zoom. So normally I send the agenda and meeting information to Principal Gusman, but the Zoom meeting room and password is always the same. So if you can, please join us. It's a wonderful time for us to engage with Principal Gusman, the rest of the board members, for us to share what we're doing, but also for you as parents to share with us things that you're thinking about or what you would like to see the PTA do. I'm not going to say that we can always do everything, every good idea. I have tons of good ideas, but it's just not enough time sometimes. But at the same time, if you have an idea or you're willing to try to do something, we're more than happy to help facilitate this. We have money, that we would like to spend back onto the campus or school, and things that we can do to help make Noelani and give our keiki more opportunities. So please join us on Thursdays. You don't have to talk. You can just sit back, listen. You don't have to share your picture, and you can always chat. If you don't want to ask the question outright, or you can just privately send me a message, and then I will go ahead and ask the question or present whatever you're saying. So it's a fun time. When I first started with the PTA, we had roughly about 15 members at the PTA meetings, and most of them were either officers or chairs. But over the years, one of the benefits to having it online is people can attend from home. And sometimes we get 40, 50 people on the call, and that's great. That's really something. At the end of every meeting, and we try to keep meetings to about an hour long, but at the end of every meeting, I open it up. You can sign off if you want, but if you have questions, I'm very happy to answer, or other parents are happy. I have 2 daughters here at Noelani, and they're involved in various activities, including ballet, tennis, swimming. So sometimes people have questions about that, not even related to Noelani, but just, and I'm happy to always share. So yes, please join us 6 p.m., second Thursday of every month. And here's the QR code. You can just take a picture of this. The sign up is a Google form. It takes about a minute or 2 minutes. Basically asks for your name, contact information, your child's name, teacher's name, and if you have multiple children, it's just all on one form, one per family. And I would love to see upwards of 80 to 90, if not 100% of participation, because it is free. Normally, we would charge $15 for the membership, but about 10 of those dollars goes to the state PTSA. So we're gonna just offset that cost and pay it for you. But we really encourage you to sign up, and it really shows, I think, the teachers that you care about, this school, and it shows other parents that you're very, that you want to participate. And again, just by signing up doesn't mean that you're going to be asked to do a lot of different tasks. It's really what you want to give to the Noelani PTA. So please sign up. Again, it takes a minute or two. Membership is free as long as you sign up and register by tomorrow. 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. So please go ahead and do that. If you have any problem signing up, shoot me an email and we'll work things out. But please go ahead and sign up. One other thing that I want to mention is that the Noelani PTA sponsors the Noelani Cub Scouts. This is a very good organization. They were set up in the front by the flagpole earlier, but if you didn't get a chance to stop by, or if your child is interested, and when I say child, I don't mean just boys. Girls are invited to participate with the Cub Scouts as well. But if you have any questions, go ahead and email pack35hawaii@gmail.com. You can click on that QR code. I'll make sure to include this in the agenda and meeting minutes and treasurer's report that gets sent out for today's meeting. So don't worry if you miss it. You'll get it by at least by next week at the latest. But it is a wonderful organization. Again, girls and boys are invited. The only thing to note that if your daughter participates with the Cub Scout, they require, I should say, that the mother signs up as I believe, Scout leader. And it's just because basically if your daughter has to go to the bathroom, you'll be taking them. So please email pack35hawaii@gmail.com, if you have any questions. Okay. So this was something that it wasn't something I thought of. It was something I saw on Instagram, and kind of talked about how fast your child's life goes. And at Noelani, you have, I call it 6, and I'll get a little emotional because my daughter's in the 5th grade now. And it's gone by really fast. COVID took a couple of years, but she's had a great experience at Noelani. But when I think about it, she had 6 first days of schools. She's had 5 last days of schools, and I have 2 daughters, so I'm not going to be going away anytime soon. But I'm very fortunate to have gotten my daughters enrolled at Noelani through a GE. I'm happy to say, but the time that you have with your child, it's fleeting in some ways. So we have 6 times to celebrate holidays with them, whatever you do, 6 times to participate in different events, PTA events, craft fairs. We have 1 graduation, but I want to say that I don't regret signing up for the PTA, volunteering for all these opportunities that I have gotten to participate with the school, the PTA. I've gotten the privilege to meet many of the children here, many of the parents here that I call friends. And I'm looking forward to this year. This is my 2nd year again as president. And I'm not going away, even though I finished my presidency. I'm going to be happy to volunteer for the coming years and do whatever I can to help this wonderful school. But yeah, if there's something I can tell you, the PTA has been giving me an opportunity to spend more time with my kids, even though at the same time, I will admit I can't spend all the time with my family because of the presidency. But most positions aside from the presidency and the treasurer don't require as much time away from your family the entire year. But I wouldn't trade it for anything, really. So with that said, please visit our website, noelanipta.org. Email me, president@noelanipta.org, if you have any questions. I will try my best to answer them. And if I can't, I'll try to find someone who can answer them for you. So thank you very much. And I'm going to adjourn this meeting at 6:04 p.m.
All righty. Thank you, Stanford. You can tell my man is really loves Noelani, and being a part of the PTA really enhances what everything that um, your child and your experience and what you get here at Noelani. So I wholeheartedly echo everything that Stanford said. My son attended Noelani and just graduated a couple years ago. And everything that Stanford said really is true. All right, now it's time for my portion. I did send this slideshow out to everyone out via email. We have been actively cleaning up our email list. So if you are someone who did not happen to get this slideshow, I'm actually recording this entire presentation, and then I'll post it to our website so you can go and check it out a little bit later. So here we go. So this year, as every year, I kind of set out goals for the school. So this year, what we're focusing on are 5 different things. So we're striving to partner with you in the development of your child, right? So we work together. We can't do everything, and neither can you. So we need to come together to help all of our students. One of the things that I emphasize is having a kind and nurturing environment, both in and out of the classroom. These are students who are very young and are still learning a lot. Sometimes they make mistakes, but every opportunity is a learning opportunity. So that's kind of the way that we look at it. We strive to communicate with your family. Tonight is a great opportunity for everyone to talk with your teachers and get to know them. We listen to your compliments, ideas, and concerns. And lastly, we try to be better today than we were yesterday. So what's new? Well, we got a few things that are new. Our phone number is new. As Stanford had mentioned, we have morning care that's sponsored by the PTA that runs from 7 to 7:45. And then we brought back the trial run, our pilot of the attendance, tardy, and early release online request, which is on our website. And lots of you have been using that to report to us those kinds of things. And the last thing is the notification blog. So you can find that on our website as well. So morning care, it's $150 per quarter. The registration is only online via the Noelani website. It is first come, first served. We have a total of 60 slots right now. I think we have only about a little over 20 students signed up. So lots of room if you're still interested in doing it. It is at the play court. It is a separate program from the after school A+ program. So just because you may not have gotten into A+, you still can get into morning care because we are still accepting. And just so for kindergarten parents, just so you know, the morning care for you guys starts on Monday. The communication blog that I had referenced, this is how you get there. You go to our website, you go to parents and communications, and you can see all of the emails that I send out. So sometimes it's hard to kind of pick through your email. If you're like me, I get like hundreds of emails every single day. So this communication blog, everything is all in one place. So you can just scroll through and see what all the messages were. This is the attendance form that I talked about. We actually prefer if you use this method to report if your child is going to be absent or if they need an early release from school, or if they're going to be tardy because they got a doctor's or dentist appointment. You still can call us at 307-8800. But this attendance form is a lot easier for the office. And we don't have to listen to recordings and sort of try to record down the information. So if you can do it, please do so. All right, so here are some of our school procedures. In the mornings, just, some of you who have been here for a number of years, these are kind of reminders. So we do start school at 8. The campus does open at 7. We have signs, and everyone has been doing a great job of that, of not going past the signs in front of the classrooms until 7:45. If your child arrives after 8:05, they need to go to the office and get a tardy slip. There is no supervision other than at morning care in the morning. So students are not allowed to play on the school grounds or use the playground equipment, even if parents are there. Because once one child goes out, then you're going to get about 50 more, and you don't want to be responsible for all those kids. So our general rule is playgrounds are off limits before and after school, and actually on the weekends and off hours as well. So students who are not in morning care can wait in the cafeteria or in the breezeways. I think everybody's kind of caught on to that. And just so you know, once a child is dropped off at school, they are not allowed to leave campus without permission. The main lot in the front is reserved for staff members. We don't want parents parking in the front lot and walking kids because, just to be honest, people are not looking for little ones crossing the street, even if you're walking with them. So it's a safety issue. So that's why we want all parents to park in the back if they're going to walk their children, and not park in the front lot and cross traffic. Lots of people are in a rush to get to work in the morning, and unfortunately, they speed, even though we put out several asks for you guys not to do that. Please watch your speed as you exit. We know you're in a rush, but we don't want to have an accident. If you drop off on the curb, make sure your child is exiting on the passenger side. If they have to exit on the driver's side, please escort them around to the curb. Attendance is mandatory. There's actually a compulsory attendance law. And we do track if students are chronically absent. So a student who is chronically absent misses 15 or more days from school for any reason. So we understand sometimes kids get sick, but the ones that we have under our control, we want to try to avoid. So we don't want to schedule trips or other similar activities during school time. So if you miss 2 days a month of school, 2 days a month for every month of school, you will have missed 15 or more days, and you will have been chronically absent, just to give you kind of some perspective. So if attendance does become an issue, expect a phone call from a teacher, our counselor, Miss I, or even myself. Here's a traffic advisory. So traffic has been pretty good this week, but that is not reality. So starting already this week, Marino had started, but Mid-Pacific starts on Monday, Punahou starts on Wednesday, and UH is the big one, who starts on August 21st. And just as another traffic advisory, UH is closed, I believe, on September 1st because of the UH Stanford football game. So mark those dates down. All right, health and safety. These are the things that have been put out from the DOE. It's pretty tame compared to what we've experienced in the past few years. The main things to take away from this is if your child is home, if your child is sick, please keep them home. That's kind of the main thing. Okay. If they are sick, make sure that they go to the health room before going to class so they can get a readmit slip. We do not administer over-the-counter medication like Tylenol or even antacids. If your child does need prescription medication, there is paperwork that you have to fill out, and you have to work with our school health aide, Myra Nakamoto, and her information is there. You can also find her information on our website. In terms of safety, as I said, we are cleaning up our email list. I did send out a text message reminding you about open house. Hopefully everyone got my text message. If not, if you move, if you change your email, you change your phone number, please let the office know. So in case of emergency, we are contacting you in a timely manner. Also keep us up to date with any medical issues. And if you have any kind of legal matters such as custody, TROs and the like, we would also appreciate being in the know about that as well. All right, so visitors. So after school starts, everybody basically is a visitor. All right, even though you guys are parents, that is part of our safety protocols. So everyone needs to report to the office, and students are not allowed to bring their friends or relatives to visit. Say you got somebody in from the East Coast or whatever, and they want to come to school, that is not allowed. Again, campus playgrounds are off limits before, after school, weekends, holidays. This includes the fields and the playgrounds. We do have a method to use school facilities. It's called use of facilities, and there's a form that you would need to fill out. You cannot just come and play on the weekends. All right, after school. So everyone's been doing a great job of waiting by the flagpole and not waiting in front of classrooms. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We don't want to distract the students looking out the door for parents. So let's continue that. And just make sure that your child knows what they're doing and where they got to be after school. And we've been working that out this week, so I'm expecting smooth sailing as we progress through the year. We do have after school, we have A+. I do believe it is a wait list right now. It does go to 5:30 if you're fortunate enough to get in. Congratulations. Otherwise, there are a couple of other options. One is the Japanese school, Manoa Japanese School, which is right across from like Bank of Hawaii and Asia Manoa. And then there's Manoa Valley Church. We do not do registration or have any information from the Manoa Japanese School or Manoa Valley Church. You need to contact them directly. We do list them down because we allow them to come to our campus and escort students to the locations. So if you want to do that, that's kind of an advantage for those two places. So if your child is not in any of those three, you do have to pick them up within a reasonable time. Some later on in the year, we may have tutoring and after school classes. Please know what time they finish because we would expect the same, that you pick them up in a reasonable time after that is finished. So again, pre-arrange with your child. Yeah, and just so you know, students are not allowed to wait in the main office just because I got people in there who need to do work, and their objective is not to watch children after school. They can wait near the A+, but again, you need to pick them up in a timely manner, and that should not be relied on an everyday basis. All right, meal service. Those are the prices for meals. If you want to eat breakfast in the morning, you got to go to the office and get a ticket. You should not be eating off of your child's plate. It's actually not allowed by the federal guidelines that dictate our meal services. So you should get your own plate or bring something, and you can eat alongside your child. There are applications that are online at easymealapp.com that you may qualify for reduced meals. Here are the different thresholds for household size. And then for free meals as well. So the easiest thing is to go to easymealapp.com to apply, and they will let you know if you're eligible. If you do need a paper application, I'm not sure if we got those into the office yet, but you can see our main office team and they can help you out. If you are paying for meals, we take check or cash or money order, cash, check, or money order. Check-in money order, make it payable to Noelani Elementary School. Otherwise, if you want to use your credit card, go to easyschoolpay.com. There is a fee, but you can use Easy School Pay to just check your child's balance, even if you pay with cash, check, or money order. So that's something that you'll want to sign up regardless. If you do pay with credit card, you can set up recurring payments. So say like if it goes down to $10 and then it'll automatically charge your card and it'll go back up. So that's something nice to have. All right, specials. The PTA sponsors two of our special classes. Those are music and PE. But we also offer Hawaiiana library, STEM/computer science, and socio-emotional learning. So these are the things that help to round out the education for your child. So some reminders, toys, electronics, and other play items shouldn't be brought to school. That includes cell phones. If you do really absolutely have to bring a cell phone to school, that should be kept in the bag and not be brought out and showing off to friends. Okay, so we are not responsible for any damage or if they get lost. We ask that all students traverse campus in a safe manner, so we ask people not to run. I've talked about that we strive for a kind campus. So we use a program called Choose Love, and the 4 tenets of Choose Love are courage, gratitude, forgiveness, and compassion. So any bullying or harassment hopefully doesn't occur, but the reality is sometimes it does. If you do have an issue, please speak to your child's teacher. or you can speak to myself or Miss I as well. Other reminders, privacy is important. I know everybody gets excited when school starts and they want to take pictures. Just mind your background because not everyone wants to be in your pictures. If you or your child rides a bike to school, the bike rack is located right near our front message board. The lost and found is in the back corner of the cafeteria. We moved it to the back. So you can, there's things in there already, so please make sure you go and check it. We highly recommend that students wear shoes to PE and recess. And lastly, we are a nut-aware school, so please refrain from bringing snacks and home lunch that contain nuts. All right, here's some heads up. Our non-school days are typically federal holidays and then our breaks. You can find all of this information on our website. We do have a calendar and it'll show you all the different days. You can also get an entire school calendar in the office, and I believe I sent that out on email as well. So you can see if you're planning a vacation, you can know exactly when are the days that the kids should still be in school. We do have a couple of collaboration days. One is coming up on the 28th of August. The other is in April. So we work, but the kids stay home. There's a teacher institute in early February. And just so you know, there are a couple of Hawaiian holidays that would be Admissions Day and Kohio Day. And lastly, Discoverers Day is not a recognized Hawaii public school holiday, just in case you were trying to plan your trip as well. Parent-teacher conferences are in late October, early November. Just so you know, all of those days we end at 1:30, our Wednesday schedule. More information will be sent out about that later. All right, room parents. So Stanford talked about the importance of the PTA. One of the things that you can help out with is to be a room parent. So if you want to try to help the teacher organize different things, you can speak with your child's teacher and maybe you guys can work it out where you could become the room parent. So you'd organize a school directory, help out with class parties or snacks or whatever, the Mayfair booth, and then assist the PTA in recruitment for different things that they'll be doing like craft fair, Mayfair and such. Communication is very important. Visit our website. We got lots of different things. School calendar I mentioned, the school generated forms, breakfast and lunch menus, all of those things are always on our website. I typically put out, I usually communicate by emails. You should have been getting like tons of them recently. That's going to be my primary way that I will communicate with parents. So make sure your information is up to date. And just as a heads up, if I am writing directly to you, I will address it directly to you. Typically when I send messages out, I am doing a mass email message or I'm doing it on behalf of the PTA. There has been some confusion in the past, so I just wanted to put that out. I think the last thing I have here is that next week, Friday, is our Noilani Day of Service. We don't have school, it's Admissions Day. So from 8 to 10, we're gonna be doing some yard work. We're gonna try and plant some things because we do haku lei for Mayfair. So in the past, we've tried to scramble and get these different flowers and ferns, but it only makes sense if we integrate them into our campus. So we're gonna try and start to plant some of those things. We'll do a general campus cleanup. I'll send out more information tomorrow or over the weekend and let you guys know what's going on. So that is the conclusion of the PTA and my presentation. Again, just as a reminder, I'm just about on time. Awesome. So as soon as I log off of this, your session 1 will start and it'll go to 6:50. You do not need to feel like you need to hang around if you only have one child and you need to only go to one teacher. You may leave after session 1. We have 2 sessions typically for families who have multiple children and need to visit multiple teachers. So that's the reason for having 2 sessions. But thank you. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank Stanford Togashi for broadcasting with me. He has to run off and go to his child's class at the moment. But I appreciate all of you. You see me walking around in the morning. If you guys have any questions, you guys just want to talk story, get to know me a little bit more, I welcome you to do that. Otherwise, have a great evening, have a great open house, and I'll talk to you guys later. Aloha.